We are into a new financial year. But a quick rewind and you will see how you were scrambling to complete your tax saving investments. You went to your CA and he said, no, tax has to be cut. Can this scenario be changed this financial year? That's what we will discuss in today's Investors Hangout, brought to you by Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund and Value Research. A warm welcome to the CEO of Value Research, Dhirendra Kumar.
Thank you.
Dhiren, March is known as a tax planning month, and we are in April now, and again, 12 months from now, should we be going through the same rigmarole of how to tax save through the investments that we make, or can we do better than this?
Oh, that's a human tendency, procrastination, delay your investment, something which, wait for the deadline. And the deadline is March 31st. So we generally tend to, till it actually has fallen on us, that if you don't do it, you will lose. That is what happens in March. Your accountant deducts the tax. And then he says that if you don't invest, then you will not even get a refund. So this tax is gone. And the other problem of last minute rush is that you don't think objectively. You just look for anything which is easy and go about doing it. You don't think objectively about it. I would say that, this is a good time for anybody thoughtful. Plan your investment. Plan your investment for the tax saving. That is the gateway investment which everybody should have. This is something which is available to every investor. Any taxpayer, that up to 1.5 lakh rupees investment made will be deducted from your income. That is section 80C, and on which is deducted from your income if you make these investment. There are a number of investment avenues and some spending alternatives too are eligible for that, like tuition fee paid for 2 children is eligible deduction. That apart, you have the insurance premium, life insurance premium, or the fixed income alternative, public provident fund, NSC, 5-year bank deposit. Then you have the equity fund. If you are a marginal, if you're unable to save anything, but you just can save 1.5 lakh rupees a year, or a maximum 1.5 lakh rupees, or whatever. And the first advantage is that tax save is money earned. That's one. The other is that if it's a planned one, it can translate into something significant. Because if you are able to do 12,500 rupees a month, it will be methodical. It fits in with your income cycle. You earn every month, you invest every month. You don't have to worry about that March 31st deadline. March 31st actually becomes problematic. Many a times, you just don't have the money. And then you borrow to invest, which is actually a bad idea. And even the TDS is deducted. So you are left with less money and then waiting for that refund to come back. So don't wait for the last minute. Think about it, what it can translate into. Use it as an opportunity. Save your taxes. And if you are somebody who is earning 7 lakh rupees and you are able to make this 1.5 lakh rupee investment, it actually brings you to a zero tax bracket, because this budget has enabled something that if your taxable income is 5 lakh and less, so that 1.5 lakh rupees which can bring in, because that is a taxable income. This is after all the deductions. So if you are able to make that investment, it gets you to zero tax.
Okay. And more often than not, if you're rushed, you kind of pick up the wrong product.
Yeah, you don't ask question. And then you will end up with, an endowment policy. It's a long-term thing. You haven't asked question. It may not be useful. It may not be rewarding. It may not have the performance. Right. You have got something which you actually never needed. It's an opportunity loss.
Yeah. You know what, I have seen and I've gone through it, that a lot of time salesmen come and say, sir, isko kar lo.
Tax bach jayega.
I did not think at that time, and I went by his advice, and I now know, after meeting you, what a poor advice it was.
You should have, 3-4 guidelines that, tax saving comes later. You should be reasonably covered, and you should have your hierarchy of savings, investment and spending
in place.
So, The first and foremost is if you have dependents, get a term insurance. If you don't have dependents, you don't need it. If you don't have financial dependents, you don't need life insurance. You need your emergency fund. You need your health insurance, because if you don't have your health insurance in place, you will not be able to, any small issue will derail your savings and investment plan. After this comes, and then tax saving investment. If you have crossed the threshold, if you are a taxable, if you are falling in a bracket, you are lucky that you have to pay taxes, you are earning well enough. There you have to really see that what should be your priority. Most people, their ATC is exhausted by employee provident fund. If you are in a private job, your provident fund is deducted. That will fill most of it. So if there is any residual thing, if your provident fund deduction is 50,000 and you can still save 1 lakh rupee, go ahead and do that, because provident fund will get you fixed income. If you have gotten into something which is, your grandparents told you that open your PPF account, maybe reconsider it, because PPF is nothing but a very long-term fixed income avenue, it's safe. It's very difficult to persuade a PPF believer into discontinuing it. But look at the equity returns on any 15-year period, it'll beat it by a wide margin.
So,
if you want to be well off, if you want to have something meaningful, do your regular ATC investment of 1.5 lakh rupees every year, which is 12,500 rupees every month, and you'll be well taken care of, because that turns out to be the best performing asset class over a long period of time.
What you're saying is that avoid the NSCs and the
NSCs, PPF, 5-year deposit, and once you have taken care of your emergency fund, life insurance, health insurance, go for this to the hilt.
Okay. So what Dhiren is saying is very simple. 12,500 per month. It helps you to plan better. It helps you to save your taxes. And then more often than not, people feel it to tax ka hai. Iska benefit kya hoega mere ko?
Nahin. It's your money. It should translate into something meaningful. And if you are able to take a 15-year, 20-year view on this, then if you are unable to save anything more, this itself will take care of your retirement need. You shouldn't be looking at 3 years. There is another reason why you should do it 12,500 rupees every month. Most people don't invest in equity, and most people are shaken by the volatility of equity. It goes up and down every month. They are so disappointed if they start and they think that they have lost money. The 3-year lock-in period of tax saving fund actually acclimatizes you to the volatility of equity, and you can't do anything about it. Because most people run away from equity because they can. In ELSS you can't. And 3-year, if you're held in ELSS for tax saving fund for 3 years, you get used to it, you understand the benefit of it, you experience the rewards, and then you stick around.
Okay. Wealth is when small efforts produce big results. And this is one way to make those big results for yourself. Plan ahead, plan from now, April to March. Per month, 12,500, and you will sit pretty, and there will not be any pressure on you. You will be kind of...
Nothing, because first is that you're stuck for 3 years anyway. Yeah, exactly. And the other is that in 3 years' time, you will generally have a superior experience than PPF or EPF or anything. Right. And if you're disciplined about it, if it keeps accumulating, and you don't have to do anything. You
As you said, it can help you in your retirement.
Yes, that can well be your retirement fund.
Yeah. Okay.